And we are rolling on the 16th of May here at UCLA in Los Angeles, where it's a beautiful day. Sunshine is shining. And we're about to hear from Chelsea, who's going to share with us a personal commitment.
Adoption. Something that is done out of the kindness of your heart, and everyone looks upon it as a great action done upon another person or an animal, or really adopting anything. But when uncovered, it has the ability to hurt many people involved. Today I want to tell you about my personal commitment to my family and specifically loving them. And I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to my family and 3 actions I have taken to achieve this personal commitment. I think it's very important to understand the effect that our family has on us and how privileged we are to have people who love us so unconditionally and work so hard to try to give us everything they can. And I know for me, loving my family has been a crazy roller coaster ride, but I know by the end of the speech you'll understand that I truly do love them and appreciate them. So I'm going to tell you the first reason why I'm personally committed to loving my family. About a few years ago, I found out that I was adopted, and it was a really crazy thing to find out because I never suspected it, and no one around me ever did. And I went through this really dark place because I felt like I had been hurt, like I had been lied to, and I went through this moment where I thought I didn't rightly belong in my family, and I shut my whole family out, and I didn't want to speak to them. I didn't believe that they even cared about me because I felt so betrayed. And while I was hurt, in retrospect, I realized that it was wrong because my family chose me and they chose to love me regardless of biology, and that's one of the reasons why I'm personally committed to loving my family. And constantly reminding them that no matter what, they have been there for me the past 20 years, and I want to be there for them the rest of my life. The second reason that I am personally committed to my family is that in 2014, in the middle of my junior year, my parents moved away, and I stayed back living in my hometown alone. And it was a really hard moment in my life. But my parents had agreed to let me stay because they knew how much it meant for me to graduate from my high school and to graduate with my friends. And the distance made us grow apart. And it was very hard for me just to stay in contact with my parents and just to constantly remind them that I did appreciate them and love them. And I tried my very hard to make it work. But in the aftermath of everything, I realized that I kind of sort of had left them in last place. And I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. So 3 actions I took in order to achieve my personal commitment to loving my family was, first, I constantly reminded myself to try to call my parents and my brothers and my sister at least 3 times a week and just talk to them for at least 5 minutes and ask them how their week was going and how their day was. And secondly, I constantly remind my parents, whether if it's like just me taking them out to eat or just talking to them on the phone, that my past about who I am, where I truly do come from, doesn't matter, that I love them regardless, and that biology isn't something that for me defines our relationship. And lastly, I also remind myself constantly that I am appreciated by people, and I do have self-worth regardless of people in my past who probably didn't see that in me. Fourthly, when I do these actions, I feel so appreciate and grateful and blessed to have a family that chose to love me regardless of biology. And I think it not only made me a stronger person, but it helped build my relationship with my family stronger, as well, finding out the truth of who I really am. In summary, I have told you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to my family and 3 actions that I take to achieve this personal commitment. And there should be no doubt in this room that I love my family unconditionally and that biology for me is not a factor at all. adoption is something that everyone seems like it's an amazing thing that can happen to someone, and it is, but I can say firsthand that it does have the ability to sometimes take you places where you don't want to go. But me and my family survived that, and we survived it together, and it made our love stronger, and it made us stronger as a family as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
450.
Great. Nice under time.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Great speech, felt very heartfelt, honest, authentic, and I thought your organization was really strong and you hit all the key points and your timing was excellent as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Hi, Emily.
I also loved your speech because it was so personal. The one thing that I would continue to work on is your swaying and this thing. It was more towards the beginning, and as you relaxed, it slowed down, but just really be conscious of that.
We'll start with that, I guess. Tai Chi or something. You'll see it tonight when you watch yourself on YouTube. You do a great deal of swaying, almost constantly like this, and it's distracting. Are you aware of doing it, or?
No, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go through your speech. You had a good grabber. You started with a word, adoption. So we all got that this was going to be about adoption, and it wasn't going to be pretty. And so you started out with that, and you came back to that, so you understood that concept. You then sort of turned it around by saying that you're committed to your family, and you're going to give 2 reasons why and some actions. Your significant statement was just right. It was sold to them and not personalized to you, so that was good. You didn't tell us how you found out. If it was you snuck in and looked at some papers, some girl on the playground said you're adopted, or your parents told you, but that would have made the story a little more interesting if we found that out, if we knew that. But nonetheless, you did find out, and you had a very negative reaction because you felt that everything was la-di-da until you found that out, and then you felt betrayed and that everything was a lie. I didn't know how long that went on, but that was a very authentic moment in your speech as you described your feelings of betrayal, so that was good. That was heartfelt. On your second reason, you chose to let your family go away, and then you acknowledged that the distance became even greater as they went away. And this sort of became a little problematic for you wanted to graduate with your friends from high school, and to adolescence, friends are the end-all be-all. Yeah. On your actions, they were all consistent with your PC, calling 3 times a week, acknowledging that love is love, and you love somebody, the biology is secondary or irrelevant. You're making it relevant, but it doesn't have to be, right? Yeah. And I like your line, look beyond biology and see the love regardless of the biology. You had your 4th point in there of how you feel, so that was excellent. The summary was good, the conclusion was good, and the tie-back was fine. Your canais, make your tie-back and your intro clearer. Don't sway. have tonal variation. How'd that go?
I think I just need to work on the swing. I
Yeah.
still do it a lot.
Okay, well, how are you going to do that?
Just be more aware of what I'm doing and try to find a way I can like control
Yeah.
it. I think it's just
Yeah.
more related to me being nervous about speaking about certain
Yeah.
things, so I'm more likely to.
Yeah, constantly. I have you in the power stance, and if you can lock your legs even more and lock your upper body, but you would be surprised at just how much you really are moving. It's almost a constant thing. And if your friends, when you're practicing your speech with a live person, you can kind of go like that to get you to just stay centered. Maybe that will help, but you almost have to steel yourself to stop it, because you really have a habit of this. Really, it's a deep habit. So good. You gave a personal commitment speech that was authentic, which is what I was after, so you did a good job. Thank you. Okay, that will bring us to Louisa. Hi, Louisa. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Okay, Lisa stands before you, managing the tension, they're talking, communicating respect non-verbally, finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi, I'm Louisa.
Hi, Louisa.
Oftentimes, we fail to see the potential in ourselves and give up before we even try. We're all capable of accomplishing big things if we are confident and apply ourselves fully. Today, I want to share with you my personal commitment to giving 100% into everything that I do. I will give you two reasons why I'm personally committed to this and 3 actions I have taken to demonstrate my personal commitment. I believe that we should all be personally committed to putting our full efforts into everything that we do, because by doing this, we are all able to accomplish our goals. The first reason that I'm personally committed to giving 100% into everything that I do is because hard work pays off. My senior year, I was on the dance team at my school, along with 4 other teams at my outside studio. I would often go straight from school to practice and wouldn't get home until 11 p.m. or later. On the weekends, I would have 5 a.m. practices at my studio, which was an hour away. These practices definitely took a toll on me, but I continued to push through and gave 100% into everything that I did. At the end of the year, my team ended up winning the Dance Worlds competition, and in this moment, I knew that my hard work paid off. I felt accomplished because I know if I did not put 100% into every single practice, I would not have achieved this goal of mine. The second reason that I am personally committed to giving 100% into everything that I do is because I can often surprise myself with what I can achieve. My senior year, as I was applying to colleges, I had a personal counselor that would help me revise my essays and applications. I would tell her my dream schools, and she would say, "Oh, you should find some more options," or "That's a reach." This pushed me to work even harder and prove everyone wrong and show them that I can do anything I put my mind to. I ended up getting into UCLA with hard work and a good attitude, and I've never been happier. This shows that by putting 100% into everything, that I even shocked myself, because I'm far more capable of accomplishing the things than I had previously thought. Third, I want to share with you some actions I have taken to show my personal commitment. First, I manage my time efficiently. so that I can put my full effort into everything that I commit myself to. My whole life I've had to balance school, dance, family, and a social life. And the only way I'm able to do this is if I don't procrastinate or waste any time. Second, I keep a positive outlook on everything. If I'm negative and doubt myself, I tend not to try as hard. I've learned that the only way I can make things work is if I believe that I can. Lastly, I'm not afraid to ask for help. My family and friends are my support system, and they have my back no matter what. They're always there to pick me up when I'm down, and this allows me to continue giving 100% into everything that I do. When I do these things, I feel good about myself because even if things don't go my way, I know that I did my best. Oftentimes, we can't control how life works, but if we put our best foot forward, we can feel proud of ourselves. In summary, I've told you 2 reasons why I'm personally committed to putting 100% into everything that I do, and 3 actions I have taken to show my dedication to this. There should be no doubt in this room that I am personally committed to giving 100% into everything that I do. By doing this, I am working to be the best version of myself and fulfilling the potential that even I often fail to see. Thank you.
Thank you.
347.
247. We're somewhere back there, yes, please.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
I really liked your speech, liked your personal stories, and you had a good flow and structure and good taste.
Wow, good. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Signy.
Hi, Sydney.
I also really liked your speech. Like you said, your stories were really good. I'd say the only thing is maybe just trying to change up your voice a little bit. Yeah, that was pretty much the only thing I noticed. Otherwise, it was a really well-done speech.
Yeah. Your voice and your pace, you know, you 347, 447, you have 515, so you had a minute 15. You could have given us more details and spread it out and savored it more and let some of the ideas sink in. Louisa, I liked your speech. It was obvious you practiced it and you knew it well. You started with some observations. You said we fail to see potential in ourselves and give up before we try. We can accomplish big things if we are confident and apply ourselves fully. So these were your observations, and then you tied back to them to be the best version of yourself in the end. Next time I'd like to see you try to do a poem or a quote or a story or something a little more graphic. It'll really draw me in a little bit more. I didn't, the observation was fine, but it wasn't, you know, earth-shaking. Your 100%, okay, fine, and your significant statement could have been elaborated on a little bit. You said because we can achieve our goals better, and maybe said something like, I've been able to do that, and I know you can too. On your first reason, you told us that hard work paid off, and you worked your senior year at a studio. You had an independent dance regime that you got up at 4 in the morning to go to, and you still did school and life, and you won the world dance competition. So your hard work paid off. So you were very proud of that moment of your hard work, and that's what you chose to share with us, right? That your hard work paid off, and you're proud of your accomplishment, right? That's what you shared with us. Your second reason was you said you were surprised yourself, and you said your counselor was a little bit of a naysayer, say, well, that's outrage. Better try Cal State Northridge or something. don't know what she said. But anyway, the happy ending was that you did get into UCLA with 105,000 applications. That's pretty good, huh? Yeah. Again, you're very proud of what you've accomplished, and that's what you shared with us, right? Your actions were all consistent with giving 100%. And how you feel about them was good too. Summary, conclusion, and tieback were all fine. Now, your canais. You said I wanted to show more emotions, follow a clear path, and touch all the points, and don't say or pause to think. How'd those canais go?
I could definitely work on the first one, showing more emotion. I didn't really do that. The second one, I think I did a pretty good job of doing a map and following that. And I still said a couple times.
Right. Let's talk about showing more emotions, because if you've gotten into the sticky book, you know that's one of the key elements of making a speech more sticky is to present an emotional dimension to the speech. Now, how could you, or what were you thinking in this speech that made it emotional, and maybe how could it have been even more emotional?
I could have changed my tone of voice during parts that were probably more personal.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also think that you presented instances where, I'm a debating coach here. I've been the debating coach for 40 years. We've won the national championship 7 times, not 40 times. You don't win it every time. So, I've experienced giving my all and coming up short. And so I would have been interested in your 100% where you still didn't get the results. That would have been an interesting thing to hear from you, because sometimes that happens, in competition. One girl will slip, or one girl debater will get sick, and there goes the national championship, So, good job. I would like to see more emotions. I'd like to see you slow down. I'd like to see a little more hand gestures from you up top here. You kept them down low. So let's move them up here. But good job, Louisa. Thank you. Okay, that will bring us to Brian. Is Brian in the house?
Yep.
Brian Fuentes. Yeah, hi Brian. How you doing?
Good, you?
Good, thanks. No self-evaluation, eh?
Oh. I have it.
Good. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Rock and roll, sir. Ooh, you're tall.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Well, it's my junior year in high school. I'm sitting in the back of the classroom and I hear the guest speaker say, "There is more power in unity than division." He was quoting Emmanuel Cleaver, and I at that time personally disagreed with that quote because I didn't agree with the idea of being united. Today I am going to tell you about my personal commitment to Hermanos Unidos, which is a Latino support group on campus. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons on why I'm personally committed to Hermanos Unidos and 3 actions that I've taken to demonstrate that commitment. Being a socially awkward person for most of my life, this support group has helped me develop in different areas. We are based on 3 pillars: academic excellence, social interaction, and community service. And I feel that these pillars are qualities that we should all have as college students, and they're essential because they help us grow as a person. They strengthen our mentality on certain areas and ideas, and they also improve our networking skills. So I'm going to start with the first reason on why I'm personally committed to Hermanos Unidos, which is to help out low-income communities. I was raised in a low-income community. The streets were polluted. There was a lot of crime. There was a lot of tagging on the walls. There was a lot of dysfunctional things going on in the community. Our high schools were bad, not uneducated, but they didn't really have the empowerment for students to motivate them to go to college. And I was a witness of all of that, and I felt that I wanted to make a difference, but I didn't know how. I felt that I wanted to be that empowerment. I wanted to stop all of this that was going on and make a change. But honestly, I felt that I couldn't do it alone, and that I needed a group of people to help me out, because it was going to be a hard task. Second, why I'm committed to Hermanos Unidos is to improve my social and communication skills. Like I said before, I've been a socially awkward person. I've never really talked to people. I would always avoid a hello. I would always avoid a handshake. I would never really like communicating with people. I was afraid. And then now that I think of it nowadays, it was probably because I had a low self-esteem about myself. I felt that everybody was better than me. I felt that everybody had their own unique characteristics and I had nothing. And so I was afraid to talk to people. And so I felt that being here at UCLA, seeing how outgoing people were, I felt that I wanted to step out of my comfort zone as well. But through that, I needed to join some sort of club or group on campus that I could easily familiarize myself with. And so now I'm going to tell you 3 actions that I have taken in order to demonstrate my commitment. One being participating in all the community service events, such as the Compton Initiative, cleaning up streets, going to schools and painting murals, fixing walls, etc. And so through that, I feel that I'm making a difference on the community. I feel that people are being impacted through this. Maybe you might not hear of it, maybe UCLA might not hear of it, but there are people that their lives are being affected, and it's in a positive way. Second, I've been going to all the events that we have, such as fundraisers, such as retreats, and so I feel that through that, I feel that I've been able to interact with people more. Through a simple hello or a handshake, I feel that I've been able to develop friendships that I feel that are going to be everlasting. And 3, I am now currently running for a position for next year, which is historian, which is where you're in charge of social media, you're in charge of giving ideas for events or pitching in events, or helping out with the planning of events. And I feel that through that, I could also make more of an impact on people, because now something that I've been having in mind is having tour panels for high school kids. And so I feel that I'll have more of an authority to give into those ideas. And so in summary, I've told you 2 reasons on why I'm personally committed to Hermanos Unidos, and 3 actions that I've taken to demonstrate that commitment. There should be no doubt in this room that I am personally committed to Hermanos Unidos. And now it is May 9th. I am sitting in my room debating on what should my next topic for my speech be. So I take a quick break on Facebook, and I'm scrolling, and then I run into this quote again. There is more power in unity than division. And so I think, there is more power in unity, and I begin to type. Thank you.
Thank you.
424.
Very good. Okay, where are we? You're here. Yes, sir.
I liked your message a lot. I like your tie back.
Name?
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Luce.
Hi, Luce.
So I liked your message a lot. It was really personal, and you did a good job of addressing the audience. And I really liked the quote that you used. You incorporated in your intro tie back.
Thank you, Luce. Improvement, please.
Hi, I'm Alec.
Hi, Alec.
And like he said, I liked your speech. I liked how you said things. The only thing is I love what you're saying, so I just want you to be more animated, I think. But like, it was really good, the whole thing, definitely. Just like more deliberate hand motions.
Yeah. Okay, those are all good thoughts for you, Brian. You started off with you're sitting in a classroom and someone says, "Hey, unity," and you said, "Unity." But very nicely, in the end, you twisted it around and matured, I guess, and decided that unity is power. And so I like the way you worked with those concepts and made it creative and had a great ending. So that was creative and good. Your thesis preview, good. Your significance statement was the beginning of you being authentic, of you telling us you're a socially awkward person. And then you told us a little bit about the group, and you told us that they developed qualities that we might be interested in. And that's selling it to us, not you. So that was well done. On your first reason, you talked about the environment that you were raised in, which was not positive or pleasant. And you claim to not have help from any government, I guess. I guess that's where most people turn for help, so you decided to help yourself. To do it alone, as you put it. So that was good. In your second reason, you were also authentic when you talked about being socially introverted, not being able to talk to people. That took some courage to bring that out, to the whole group. So that was good. That was authentic. Your PCs, I'm not sure I guess doing all these things are bringing you out, participating in all the group activities. I guess that's what you're saying they're doing, right? Yeah. And you're going to run for historian, so good luck. Summary was fine, conclusion was fine. Your tieback, as I told you, was very creative. Your canines, do not stutter. Naturally moved. Do not get lost within my own speech. How'd it go?
Well, I naturally moved this time. Remember last time I moved in at the second point. So I worked on that.
Good.
Stuttering, I feel like I improved on it. It was just throughout the quote that I got kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like I improved. The third one, not get lost within my own speech. I feel like I didn't stop like in the middle of a speech, or I feel that I wasn't lost in my ideas, but that I knew what I was saying.
Yeah, and like I've said to others, if you speak your speech out aloud, so you know where you are, first I have an intro, then a thesis, then a sixth statement, then a main body with 2 reasons and 3 actions and how I feel, and a summary, conclusion, and tieback. That's real. That grid is real clear in your mind. You can do any speech because you know where you are. So, yeah. Okay, so you did a nice job today. Just could have been a little longer, but you did a good job. It was pretty authentic. Thank you. Okay, that will bring us to Sydney. I guess we'll see your film speech. We'll have to shift gears, huh? This will be like a flashback for all of us.
Yeah.
Is there a review here? Oh, it's here. Oh, let's see. Okay. Okay.
Hi, I'm Sydney.
Hi, Sydney.
If any of you here are Leonardo DiCaprio fan, you know he waited a long time for his coveted Academy Award. Countless roles until he finally got it in 2016 for The Revenant. But I'm not going to talk to you about The Revenant today. I'm going to talk to you about the film that should have won him the Academy Award, The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby was a film that really moved me because it made me feel happy, it made me feel sad, and it made me feel hopeful. I know you will love this film because it takes you on a whirlwind of emotions and most importantly, leaves you uplifted and hopeful in the end. Critic Richard Roeper said it was the best attempt yet at capturing the essence of the novel. And as someone who read the book in high school as a part of my English class, and then immediately watched the film after, I couldn't agree more. So first, I'm going to tell you how this film made me feel happy. It made me feel happy in the first party scene at Gatsby's mansion when Nick and Gatsby are meeting for the very first time. Gatsby's standing on his balcony with confetti and champagne and beautiful dresses and dancing all around him, all the luxuries you can think of. And he smiles at Nick when they meet for the first time. And Nick describes this smile, saying that he felt that Gatsby understood him and believed in him. And this scene actually reminded me of my relationship with my younger sister. One time at a dance competition, I was about to perform my solo. I was on stage in my beginning pose, and I briefly looked into the wings and caught eyes with my sister. And she also smiled at me. And just like Nick, I felt that that smile said that she believed in me and she knew that I could do it. And this was one of the best times I ever did my solo. So when I watched this scene in the movie, it really made me feel happy. Next, I'm going to tell you how this film made me feel sad. This film made me feel sad in the scene where Nick is standing outside of Tom Buchanan's apartment in New York City, and he looks up at all the windows and he realizes that each window is telling one specific story to one specific person. But suddenly, as he sees all the people in this overwhelming city, everything starts to spin and he feels lost and overwhelmed. And this reminded me actually of when I first came to UCLA. I remember arriving here and getting to the dorms with my parents and also looking up at all those windows, telling the stories of every student at UCLA. And I remember, just like Nick, I felt a little bit lost and overwhelmed getting to such a giant school. Now, obviously, I found my place at UCLA and I love it. But when I saw this scene, it definitely brought back kind of a scary and sad memory for me. Finally, I'm going to tell you how this film made me feel hopeful. It made me feel hopeful in the iconic scene where Gatsby's standing on the edge of his dock, fog all around him, and he reaches out for that green light on the other side. Gatsby believed in the green light, and the green light symbolized him reaching for his hopes and dreams. Gatsby always believed that he could make a better life for himself, and when he reached for this light in the scene, it reminded me of myself. I'd like to think that, like Gatsby, I'm also very hopeful, and I definitely believe in always reaching for my hopes and dreams. Whether it's with dance and the countless hours that I spent practicing to get better, or with school and the SATs and essays that I took part in just to get here to UCLA. Just like Gatsby, I'm definitely a big believer in always reaching for my hopes and dreams. So when I saw this scene, it really made me feel hopeful that I should always continue this. So in total, I've told you how The Great Gatsby has made me feel happy, sad, and hopeful. There should be no doubt in this room that this is a film that really moved me and has the power to move each and every one of you. So although Leo did not win the Academy Award for this film, more importantly, the story that he told, the character that he played, really moved me and really connected with me. And I think that is more important and more valuable than any award. Thank you.
Thank you. 447. Where are we?
Hi, I'm Malia.
Hi, Malaya.
I really liked your speech. I felt that your stories were really personal and you painted a good image of all of them. And you painted a good image of the scenes as well, but not going too much into detail.
Improvement.
Hi, Felix.
Hi, Felix.
And I really like your speech as well. I guess like one thing I could like say you might want to improve on is like your vocal variety to like express your emotional like effort, not effort, but like how it made you feel emotionally.
Yeah.
Okay. Sydney, I think that's a good suggestion. When you watch yourself tonight on YouTube, you'll see there was kind of a sameness to your delivery. And so if we could get some passion. After all, this movie speech was designed for us to practice remembering emotions and re-evoking them. So you started with this hoo-ha about Leonardo DiCaprio, and then you ended with doesn't matter. So that was good. Your thesis preview was fine. You told us happy, sad, and hopeful. The SIG statement was good. Could have been a touch longer, a little bit more selling to the audience, but it was okay. Unhappy. Your story was your sister when you were about to do your solo, and she smiled, and you caught her eye, and you said, I knew I could give a performance when I saw it, when she caught my eye, and that sort of thing. And I would have done more of remembering the moments, and I was so happy and so inspired by her at that moment. And then we returned to that word again. That's why I felt so happy. But besides happy, make the contrast, I was sad. See? Your sad story was getting into UCLA, of all things, and seeing all the windows, and seeing how big the school was. And but you said, luckily, I found my place in the school. But initially, it made you feel sad. You needed to return to that emotion and feel it and really express it a little bit more. Finally, on hopeful, your story was the countless hours and things you put in make you feel hopeful. I needed more story there to get the feeling and the emotion there. Return to the word hopeful. Your summary or conclusion and tieback were all fine. Let's talk about your canai. Vocal variety. Show more emotions and passion. Less hand gestures. How'd it go?
I think with vocal variety, I tried to focus on like changing up my voice, and I feel like it was slightly better, but definitely I still need to work on like showing more emotion and like going back and feeling the emotion and then expressing that.
Yeah.
So
Felt sensing.
yeah. So I definitely need to do more with that. I felt better with my hands. I don't know, my last speech when I watched it, I thought there was just a lot of hand gestures, so I tried to like relax a little.
Right.
Yeah, I felt
What often happens, I hate to say, is the minute I ever say anything like you're moving your hands too much, people usually put them stiffly by their side the next time, so I try not to say much about it, but yeah. So you did a nice job, Sydney. Just work on that emotional stuff a little bit more, and you'll be in great shape. Thank you.
Thank you.
What?
Can I have one and two?
What?
Can I have one and two?
Volunteer.
Oh.
Can I have a 1 and 2?
Volunteer.
Can he volunteer?
No. Okay, next. Julie? Julie?
In the class.
Julie is dead.
Yeah. Apparently.
Is dead, dead on arrival. Okay, no Julie.
Dead.
Okay. Let's try Malia.
Here.
Ah, thank you. Okay, Malia stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi, I'm Malia.
Hi, Malia.
When I'm sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead. Said Barney Stinson from one of my favorite half-hour comedies, How I Met Your Mother. I think this is a quote to live by, but I think if you change one word, it's even better, by changing the word awesome to confident. Today I'm going to share with you all my personal commitment to being more confident in myself. I will give you 2 reasons why I am personally committed to this, and 3 actions I have taken to demonstrate my personal commitment. I think that confidence is something that everyone struggles with now and then in their lives, but it is something that is crucial and important to everyone, even in our daily lives, which is sometimes overlooked. I have struggled with my self-confidence on and off my entire life, but it is something I've taken actions to be better at. The first reason I am personally committed to being more confident in myself is because of past issues I have had with my self-image. As someone who struggled with an eating disorder in high school, this was really personal to me. For years back then, I hadn't had confidence in the way I looked and who I was, and that really hurt me. And I constantly compared myself and criticized myself and thought I could be better, or if I looked thinner, if I was taller, if I looked older, I would be better. But now I embrace who I am and the way I look, and I am becoming more and more confident as a person because of that. And I now see myself as a person as a whole and not just parts of something I want to change. The second reason I want to be more confident in myself is because I can now embrace my hopes and dreams I have for my future. I can proudly say that I want to go into the film and television industry, but even a few months ago, that wasn't something I would say out loud or even admit to my parents. It was something I always thought about in the back of my mind as something I really wanted to do, but I never had the courage or the guts to really go after it. But now I am taking steps to do that. I am minoring in the film minor here at UCLA, and I'm making a complete 180. I came into UCLA as some sciencey major, human biology and society, who even knows what that is, because I thought it's practical. It's what I should do with my life. But it wasn't what I loved. I love movies and television, and I'm embracing my passion and really going for it because I'm now confident in myself to do that. So I'm taking 3 actions to really pursue my personal commitment and being more confident in myself. The first one is that I am immersing myself with things that I love, but not only that, I'm sharing them with people now, not just keeping them bottled up inside me like I used to. I share my love and my passion for movies and television with my friends and family, and even if I look like a nerd because I get email alerts from the trades or listen to podcasts or YouTube videos about movie reviews and movie news,